Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my video today. Today it's a video about Benny Lewis, who say that he is a polyglot. But let's find out and see if he can really speak all those language that he say that he can speak. First of all, I want to say thank you to my subscribers and to my viewers. Especially thank you to my subscribers for subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. So let's continue watching more videos of Benny Lewis. Thank you for watching. Let's continue. We should take a look at this Croatia and also the Polish and take a look how it looks like.
Hello. 100 years ago, Hiram Bingham discovered Machu Picchu. He didn't do it by hiking through the jungle randomly, but he had a Quechua-speaking guide who asked the local people where the interesting cities are, and eventually they just brought him here. So actually the local language brought him here, and the local language brought me here too, to learn a little bit of Quechua.
Okay, so the first 42 seconds or 45 seconds, there's nothing. In the first, he's only speaking English in the start, so it's less than 4 minutes. Because the first 42 seconds, there's nothing, only speaking in English.
So Quechua is a very interesting language. It's what linguists call...
Okay, he's still speaking in English. He's still speaking in English. The video is only 4.5 minutes and he's still speaking in English.
Agglutinative language. So that's where you have a core word and you add parts to it, which are called suffix. You add these to it to expand on the meaning. So to give you an example, check this out. Runasimeta rimankichu.
And there was some edit before he showed this one. I think he read it before he showed it. You will see there's some edit here after a few seconds. Before he showed this one, there's some edit. I think he stopped the recording. He stopped the recording or cut it out. I think he look and read first before he say it. That's why there's some edit here after a few seconds, because he need to look how to say it.
Agglutinative language. So that's where you have a core word and you add parts to it, which are called suffix. You add these to it to expand on the meaning. So to give you an example, check this out. Runasimeta rimankichu. This means, do you speak Quechua? Core word and you add parts to it, which are called suffix. You add these to it to expand on the meaning. So to give you an example, check this out. Runasimeta rimankichu. This means, do you speak Quechua? So Quechua is a very interesting language. It's what linguists call an agglutinative language. So that's where you have a core word and you add parts to it, which are called suffix. You add these to it to expand on the meaning. So to give you an example, check this out. Runasimeta rimankichu. This means, do you speak Quechua? Looks complicated enough, but this is actually made up of different units that...
Okay, so he's speaking in English and just say 2 words that he read. He speak in English and then he just say 2 words that he read and say what it means. That's speaking the language, because you tell us 2 words in the language, then you can speak the language.
To learn the language quicker, and it's very interesting when you're reading or listening to the language that you can make these components out and it'll help you understand better. So if we take this sentence and we split it up, you can actually see the different parts. So for example, we got runasimi, and that actually is the Quechua word for Quechua. And runasimi, and that actually...
You can see now he's not totally looking in the camera. He's not totally looking in the camera. He's looking to the side to read something. He's looking to the side to read what this means. because he don't really know what it means, or he cannot remember what it means. Now he's looking at something, at a paper or at the laptop and reading. You will tell me he's looking at the camera. No, he's not looking at the camera. If he's looking at the camera, you will feel there's some eye contact. If he's looking at the camera, you will feel there's eye contact, like he's looking in your eyes like that. But he's looking a little bit to the left side, a little bit to the side, because he's looking at some text or something and to read what it means. And after a few seconds, he will also look to the right side. Now he look a little bit to the left side. After a few seconds, he will look a little down to the right side to read what the next word also. Just look now.
The Quechua word, actually see the different parts. So for example, we got runasimi, and that actually is the runasimi, and that actually is the Quechua word for Quechua, and it comes from man's. Actually see the different parts. So for example, we got runasimi, and that actually is the
Look where he's looking now. Look where is he looking now. The words there up in the left side, you want to talk about the words up in the left side, and you also want to speak to people in the camera. Why are you looking there to the right side? Why he's looking to the right side? He's reading what it means. He's reading those words and reading what it means. That's why he's looking to the right side. He's looking there to the right side to read what he is going to say. He's just full of bullshit. All those polyglot YouTubers, they're full of bullshit. He's looking to the side now to read something.
word for Quechua, and
again he's looking to the side. Again he's looking to the side to read something. He's full of bullshit. He's looking to the side to read something because he don't know. He looked to the side to read what it means. He want to play smart. He want to play smart and say, oh, I know. He want to say, look, I know what these words means. He want to say, I know these words and I know what these words mean. I can speak this language. He want to say that he can speak this language or know this language and know what these words means. But he's just looking to the side there and reading those words and reading what it means. Just some fake fuck shit people, man.
from man's speech, and then that is the
And now he's looking down, also reading something. He has something on the right side, something on the left side, and he also has something down there. He's just looking and reading the whole thing. He's looking and reading all those words and looking and reading what it means. He's just looking and reading what he's saying in the video. It's just some fake fuck shit, man. Look, now he's looking to the side again and looking and reading. He's just looking to the side and reading this fake fuck shit, man. This fake shit, he's looking to the side to read.
the accusative, as they call it.
He's also looking there to the left side. He has something there on the left side and something down. He's just full of bullshit, just looking and reading.
In language learning, it just means it's the object. So, you know, it's do you speak Quechua rather than Quechua is good. So there you have Quechua as an object in language learning. It just means it's the object. So
Why you keep looking to the side? Why you keep looking to the side? Because you're reading what you're going to say. You read what you're going to say because you don't know these words, you don't know what they mean, you don't know anything, and it's only few words. It's only few words, and you need to read them because you don't know them. In this video, have a quick look at an example sentence of Quechua, and then you can hear me practice the very basic little amount I learned in my couple of weeks here in Peru. Okay, so you go to Peru to drinking and party and meet some woman, and you go to Colombia also, and you go to Mexico, or you go to Brazil, you go to different South American countries to meet women. You go to different South American countries to meet women and having sex with women and drinking and party and smoking and maybe taking drugs also. And then you will pretend that you can speak many languages so you can scam money from people. You will pretend you can speak many languages so you can scam money from people and make Skype video call scamming money from people and make ebooks scamming money from people so you can go and live in South America. So you can go and live in South America and spend money on women and drinking and party, smoking, taking drugs or whatever. Fucking shithole son of a bitch. Look, he's just looking there to the side and reading. Some fake shithole. All of this polyglot, there's some fake shit.
It's do you speak Quechua rather than Quechua is good. So there you have Quechua as an object. And next you have Rima, which means
He's just looking to the side and reading what he's saying. He's looking to the side and reading the whole script. He's reading the whole script, what he's saying in this video. He's looking to the side and reading just some fake shit, man.
speak. And then Nki, which is the second part of Rima, which means
how many papers or computers do you have there? I have like you're looking to the right side, you're looking to the left side, you're looking down. He's just looking there and reading this fucking fake shit, man. I think he has some laptop or computer there that he's looking and reading from his laptop. And also maybe have some paper. He's just looking and reading this fake shithole. That's why he's looking down there and reading. He's reading all what he's saying in this video because he don't know anything about this language. He don't know anything about this language. It looks like a complicated language. This language looks like a complicated language. He don't know anything about this language. That's why it's only like 3-4 minute videos. And then he's just speaking English most of the time. And then he will just read. Maybe he wrote down all this explanation. Or maybe it's on the internet and Google. He's just reading from his computer. Maybe this thing is something on Google that he's reading from his laptop.
and then Nki, which is the second person singular conjugation. In other words, you speak. And then Chu, which indicates it's a question. It turns this whole sentence into a question.
Looking to the side again. He just look and read what he will say, then he look and say what he is going to say. Like before, he was looking a little to the side and speaking as if he really know it, but he first look at the computer or at the paper before he speak, and now he look again to look what he will say next. Now he's looking what he will say next. He's just looking and reading from some computer or some paper or something like that. Just some fucking fake shit, man. I can also make a video like this and then looking at the computer and read something from Google or from Wikipedia and pretend that I know everything. Like I can just find anything about science or something very high level and pretend that I am some big scientist. I can find something on Google about science and then read something about science and pretend that I'm some big scientist or something like that. Or I can find something about Chinese or some language on the internet and then I can just look and read and make a video that I'm just looking and reading, same like you do now. He's just looking and reading. He's just looking and reading and then he pretend that he know. Just some fake fuck shit, man. You can find a 10-year-old kid. You can find a 10-year-old kid who can also look and read something from the internet. If you find a 10-year-old kid or some teenager who reads something from the internet, does it mean that if someone reads something from the internet, something about Chinese or about science or about something, then it means that person knows this? Just because you look and read it on the internet or look and read from some paper, you fake shit, man.
Interestingly enough, the chu particle is actually, it exists in Esperanto as well, to turn a sentence into a question. The reason it is for there is actually from Polish.
He looked there to the left side and reading, sometime to the right side, sometime he looked down. It's just some fake shit. He just read the whole script. The whole script he's reading. And I know some people that will ask, oh, why he sometimes look to the right and sometimes to the left, why he don't just have, like some people will say, if you have the computer or the script on the right side, why he will also look to the left side or look down. They do this because they don't want people to notice. Like if you look every time to the same side or the same place, then there's a bigger chance that people will notice that he is faking. If you have something on the right side and every time the whole video he keep looking to the right side the whole video, then there's a bigger chance that people will notice that he is faking it. That's why they have more than one place. They have something on the right side, something on the left side, something on the table like that. So if they sometimes look a little to the right side or sometimes look a little to the left side, sometimes look a little in the middle, then maybe people will not notice it or they'll not think about it. Even if they notice that sometimes you look to the right or left or look down, maybe they'll not think about it because he's not looking at the same place every time.
I think it is. But you can see if you understand each of these different components of the words and the questions, you can learn the language a lot quicker, because you learn the building blocks, and from there you learn the building blocks, and from there
keep looking to the left side, to the right side, looking down. Before he was just looking at the left side, now he looked to the right side, and then sometimes he looked down. Maybe have some part of the text on the left side on some paper or computer on the left side and some other part on the right side and some other thing on the table like that. Or maybe it's the same script, but sometimes he look different places so people will not think about it or notice it. But it's just fake. He's just looking to the side or looking down to read the whole script. This whole video, he just look and read the whole script. Also, what he say in English. Also, what he's saying in English is reading the whole script because he's explaining something that he don't know anything about. Like what he's explaining now, he don't even know anything about this. That's why he's just reading the whole script. Even the English, when he's speaking in English now, he's reading the whole text because he don't know these things that he's explaining. The things that he's explaining now, he don't know about this. He's just looking and reading because he don't know this kind of stuff.
anything is possible. Even a complicated word starts to make sense when you know the different parts of it. So with that in mind, I had some basic Quechua after just a couple of weeks, and
all the time he looked to the side and looked down, and he do it many times, but I did not click pause every time. Every few seconds he looked to the side or looked down. It's totally fake shit.
I can show you a little clip of it now of me just trying that out with the locals.
Okay, 4.5 minute video. 4.5 minute video, and the first 3 minutes he's just speaking or explaining something, and then now the last 1.5 minute or the last 1 minute he will speak a little bit with the locals or something like that. In 1 minute or something he want to prove that he can speak a language, and when he speak with someone else in 1 minute, so he will only speak for a few seconds and then the other person will be the one speaking. Already 3 minutes now, so there's only 1 minute and a half back, less than 1.5 minute back of the video. 3:08. The time now of the video is 3:08 and the video is 4 minutes and 31. Only 1 minute and 23 seconds back. Only 1 minute and 23 seconds back. How much are you going to speak in 1 minute and 23 seconds? Look, there was some edit. After the woman speak, there was some edit here around 3:16, 3:15, 3:16. There was some edit. I think he look at the paper and read what he will say. I think he look at a paper or computer and read what he will say because there was some edit. Here after 3 seconds or 4 seconds like that, there's some edit. The woman will say something, and before he speak, there's some edit. Why there's some edit before he speak? Because I think he will look and read before he speak. Before he speak, he will look and read what he will say. Before he speak, he will look and read what he will say. That's why there's some edit here just before he speak. Every time just before he speak, there's some edit because he will read the text before he speak. Just notice here after 3 seconds or 4 seconds like that, I will play now. Just notice there's some blurry, like an edit or something like that. Just concentrate after 3-4 seconds. Did you notice the edit? Also, I think you can see that he was sitting at different place. Wait, I'll try here at 3:17. Here, look now. I think no 3:16 maybe. Wait. Look now. Can you see this one? Not the play button, but the next button. This one, the next button. You know, the forward, the button that you go to the next video. Not the one in the middle. In the middle of the screen, there's this play button. In the middle of the screen, there's the play button. Then on the right side of the play button, there's some small button for the next, to click for the next video. And also this CC on the top. Try to look where it is. Try to look here where it is. It's under his hat. It's at his hat there, under his hat like that. Just behind his neck. Just behind his neck, at his shoulder. This one for next video, to click for next video. If I move a little forward 1 second, you will see that it's different place. No, look here now. You can see now then the CC button is on top of his head. Look at the CC button. You know the CC for the caption, this one. This one I click on CC for the caption. You can see this one, I make it white and then I remove the white. This CC button there, you can see his hat there. You can see his hat, then over his hat is this CC button. And then under his ears, there's this next button. And just after a second or something, you will see it will be different place. Just I will play now and then try to look where it will be, because there's some edit around 3:17. After 1 second, there's an edit. Did you see now? Did you see now? Suddenly the CC button is far from his head. Before, this CC button was on top of his head. The CC button was just on top of his head, and he was also more near. I think he was a little bit more near from the camera, and the CC was on top of his head. And this next button was a little bit more to the left side under his ear. The CC button was on top of his head, and this next button was at his ears. Because there's some edit there. Just before he speak, there's some edit because he read what he will say. Because he cannot speak this language. He don't know anything about this Quechua language. That's why he makes some edit there. Because he will just read what he will say and then he will play again. He stopped the recording, then he read what he will say, and then he start the recording again and say what he is going to say. I'll play it one more time, then you can try to notice that there's some blurry, some shaking. You can also see here now. You can see again here like the CC button is on top of his head and this next button is under his ear. Can you see the CC button is like here you can see the time. You can see the time 3:16 minutes, 3 minutes and 16. And then now you can see the CC button is on his head. The CC button is on his head, and this next button is under his ear. And then and also he's very near. You can see now he's very near from the camera. Now you can see he's very near from the camera. After 1 second he will be a little bit more far from the camera, and the CC button will be more to the right side of him, like that. I will play now. You will see after a second. Did you see now? Now the CC button is far from him, and also this next button is more to the right side, far from his ear, and also he's a little bit more far from the camera now. Before he was more near from the camera, because he make an edit there. Why he make an edit? Because he cannot speak the language. Every time he edit just before he speak. Every time he edit just before he speak, because he cannot speak the language. Same with all the other language. He will make an edit just before he speak, or sometime when he's speaking, if he don't remember and he want to look and read what to say, because he cannot speak the language. Just some fake bullshit. Just some fake edited shit videos like that. Just editing and faking. You can see here how the CC button on top of his head. Just some fake shit. I'll play again. I will not keep going back. I'll just play it now, and then you will see the edit. That's why he make the edit just before he speak, because he will look and read. He will look and read what to say. That's why he make an edit. I will play it now in normal speed. After I will play it in slow motion. Try to notice the edit. There's some blurry shaking thing like that. Did you see? I'll show it again also in slow motion. Concentrate now on Benny Lewis. Look how blurry he will be now. Look now on Benny Lewis. Look, he become very blurry because there's some edit there. I will show it one more time in slow motion now. Look on Benny Lewis. After a few seconds he will become very blurry. Look now here on Benny Lewis. You will see that he become very blurry. And look there. Did you see? He become very blurry because there's some edit there. Also, I took some screenshot pictures here. You can see how blurry the picture is. This is the part where the edit is. I took screenshot picture of the part of the edit. And you can see how blurry the picture is because there's some edit. He's totally fake, this Benny Lewis. He's totally fake and editing his videos, same like all the Polyglot YouTubers. He just edit his videos and reading from a script. Same like all Polyglot YouTubers, they're all fake and editing their videos and reading from a script. Just some fake liars and scammers, all of those Polyglot YouTubers and this language learning community. I will play the video again now in normal speed, so let's continue watching. I will show you how fake this shit Benny Lewis is.
Hallunch papa maimon tang hamushen kitis.
Irlandaman tang hamashen. Chang. Irlandaman
Pai
tang.
kung kay winye aw yam kal yang kay ko. Kompanya ray ko na.
Imainata.
See, again another edit. Again another edit because he don't know how to speak. He cannot even say 1 or 2 words without an edit. I will show you here in normal speed. Look on Benny Lewis, he will become blurry and shaking. Look, I'll show it also now in slow motion. I will show it now in slow motion. Look good on Benny Lewis now. He'll become very blurry now. Look on Benny Lewis. Look on Benny Lewis here. Look, it become very blurry because there's some edit there. I will show it one more time in slow motion. Look again here. Look again now. Look on Benny Lewis. He'll become very blurry here after a second like that. Look now, it's very blurry. Did you see how blurry it is? Because there's some edit. You can see here, I took some screenshot pictures here of the blurry part. Then you can see that it's blurry because it's edited. He edit every time he speak. Every time he speak, he edit because he cannot speak this language. And all his videos, he's just editing and reading from a script. He's totally fake. All the Polyglot YouTubers are fake and editing their videos. Some of them just edit better than the other. Some of them are better in editing, but they're all fake and editing their videos.
Local to young Kaiko. Company Raipuna.
Imainata.
Imaina.
Company Raipuna.
There will be some edit now.
Imainata.
Look here at 328. Look where is this next button is in his face like that, and the CC on top here. I'll try to go back 1 or 2 seconds and see around 326 or 327. Look now, this CC button just over his head, the CC button just over his head, and this next button under his ear, the CC button over his head, the next button just under his ear. Try to concentrate. You can see the CC button is just over his head, and this next button just under his ear. Then after 1 second you will see the place will change here. I will show it now. No, now it's not like it's in front of his face here. Wait. Okay, now this next button is in front of his face and he's very near from the camera. Look, now you can see this next button is at behind his ear, but 1 second before it was not there. Like, look here. I know I'll show it many times, but I want to show it because I want to prove what I'm saying is real. You can see the next button is in front of his face. This next button is in front of his face. Then after a second it will be on his ear. Also you can see now he's very near from the camera. Also you can see his body. Look, his body, like his head, the back of his head. The back of his head is not, you cannot see all the back of his head and his back. You cannot see all of him. You cannot see the whole of him. You cannot see the back of his head and his back. After a second you will see that he's more to the left side, I think. Look, now you can see the back of him. You can see his back. Also now the play button, or this next button, is behind his ear. I think you could see it. I don't need to explain it 100 times. But you can see that now he is not sitting exactly same place because there's some edit, because he cannot remember. He will only say one word to the girl. He will only say one word to this girl, but still he make an edit because he don't even know that one word how to say it.
Imainata.
Waikunki.
Waikonki.
Kemikunata.
He just repeat after her. She tell him some words and then he repeat after her. Is that speaking a language that she will say some words and then you repeat after her?
Kemikunata.
Kemikunata.
Lokay ko ay kukuy ko. Tsaka konjapi. Chayle po ay kukuy ko. Yam tawang. Yamatahawan. Chaywang ay kukuy ko. Mana kay pikas kanjuni maps. Tiyorsanips imaps.
Sulpaike. Sulpaike.
Also an edit there. You can see it's 2 different clips.
Mana kay pikas kanjuni maps. Tiyorsanips imaps.
Sulpaike.
Here at 352 there was some edit. At 352 there's some edit. You can see now the woman is here in front of you, and you can see his face is very near from the camera. You can see his face is very near from the camera, and you can see the woman in front of you, and you can see the other 3 person also. You can see many people now. After 1 second, then you can see it's only the woman that you can see, or something like that. Just after 2-3 seconds, just look now.
Mana kay pikas kanjuni maps. Tiyorsanips imaps.
Sulpaike.
Look, now you can only see from the side here. You can see from a different view. There was some edit there before he speak. Every time before he speak, there's some edit because he don't know how to speak. It's just some fake bullshit. I will show it now here in slow motion so you can see the edit. You can see how they're sitting now, and Benny Lewis is very near from the camera, and this woman is in front of the camera like that, in the front. Then look here, now it become very blurry, and then suddenly they're sitting at a different place. You can see they're sitting at a different place there now, and then I'll show it one more time. Look now where they're sitting now, and Benny Lewis near from the camera. Then it will become very blurry here after a second. Now look, it will become blurry here. You look at Benny Lewis, it become blurry, and then suddenly they're sitting at a different place. Totally fake and edited. Sulpaike.
Sulpaiki.
Sulpaike.
O anyay.
Anyay. It's just some fake bullshit. It's edited and fake. And also, he was repeating after them. They were telling him some words in their language, and then he repeat after them. He's just repeating after them, and still he just edit and fake it. And here is also edited. Look, you can see here. You can see here. There's this one where he showed this picture. He showed this picture, and then after it's a new edit. He showed this picture, then after it's a new edit. He just look and read something. He look and read something, or he asked them how to say something, and then he will start a recording and say what they tell him. It's just some fake bullshit. Also, you cannot see him. Maybe he is reading from a paper now. Now you cannot see him. I think he's reading from a paper. You cannot see him now. He's reading now from a paper because you cannot see him. Now you cannot see him. He's just reading from a paper. This fake fuck shit, man. Every time you cannot see them, then they're looking and reading from a paper. He only show himself for 1 second. He only show himself for 1 second, and then he show them again. Because when he's speaking, I think he's reading from some paper or something like that. Only for a second you see him, and then the rest of the time you cannot see him because I think he's reading from some script or something like that. And then you will tell me you cannot see some paper with him, but maybe it's like some edits. He put some edits together. It's just some fake shit, man. It looks like he's holding a paper there. It looks like he's holding a paper in his hand, but it's not clear. You can see, I think he has some paper in his hand. You can see there's like some paper in his hand there. It looks like he's holding a paper in his hand. You can see there, it's like he's holding a paper there in his hand there. You can see it's like he's holding a paper, but it's not clear, but it looks like he's holding a paper. It's totally fake shithole. You can see it looks like he's holding some paper or something in his hands. It looks like there's some paper in his hands there. He's looking and reading from the paper. That's why you only see him for a second, and after he will show the people. After he will show the people, then he will look and read from the paper in his hand there. There's some paper there. You can see it's like there's some paper there in his hand. It's like he has some paper there. He's reading from this fake shithole.
Rikusunkis Chinchero, Jaktai Kichista.
There's a lot of edits. You can see there's a lot of blurry thing like an edit, like edits. There is many edits. There's some blurry thing many times. There's so many edits. It's so fake.
Rikusunkis Chinchero, Jaktai Kichista. Anyai winai awai wasi.
Just some fake shit video. All his videos are just some fake shit videos and people believe in this bullshit. Just some fake shit videos. Let's see this one in Polish also. I want to see if it's real or fake. I'm very sure it's just some fake shit. Attempts to speak after studying Polish just for just 1 hour. Okay, you want to speak Polish after he only studied Polish for 1 hour? Just some kind of fucking joke, man. Maybe he want to tell us that now he's fluent. Maybe he will tell us he studied Polish for 1 hour and then he become fluent. Fucking shit people, man. Attempts to speak after studying Polish for just 1 hour, part 1, Skype. Much more details in this blog post, this Polish blog post. For the first hour I studied a phrase book and then I hopped on Skype and managed to keep my end of the conversation just in Polish for 30 minutes. Really? You study Polish only for 1 hour and then you could make a conversation for 30 minutes? Really? Part 2 after 2 hours total and using it spontaneously in person and in Poland. Okay, so you go to Poland also to meet some woman in Poland. And they always choose to go to these countries where they can meet some woman, like he go to Brazil, Colombia, Peru, and also he go to, I think he go to Mexico also, I'm not sure, and then he go to Poland, and he go to Spain, and like that. I also go to Egypt, but I'm not sure, maybe he just meet those 2 women there in Egypt. I don't know if something happened between them or if he just paid them some money for the interview or something like that. You can be confident at speaking any language in weeks instead of years. Find out how and blah blah blah. Fucking shit, fuck, man. But I don't know if you should take a look at this website here. This one, I know, like this one Polish, about the Polish thing. My conversation in Polish after 1 hour's learning. Really? His conversation after 1 hour learning. After 1 hour learning, he become fluent in Polish. He become very good. I already have another mini language challenge for a brand new language I have never learned before for another trip in a week. I will announce it first on the discussion board on my YouTube page. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see it in your YouTube feed when it happens. Speaking Polish after 1 hour. Really, speaking Polish after 1 hour? Fucking shit, scammer, man. As you saw last week, I challenged myself to take 5 hours to learn enough Polish to help me get by on my brief visit to Warsaw. In the end, I didn't actually do that as planned because I was so busy preparing for my TEDx talk. For your fake scamming lying video on TEDx, which will be completely different to the other one I gave, but still with the same topic of encouraging adult language learners online in the next month or 2, and working on my secret 3-month contract. Your secret 3-month contract that I only had 2 hours total time to invest into learning the Polish language. Really? You had 2 hours time to learn Polish language? Despite having even less time than I initially planned, I was pleased to learn what I needed and can even share the results with you on video. Let me go through this incredibly intense project and remind you that it is never too early to start speaking, even if you are learning a language that is notoriously difficult. But please trust me on this when I say that people exaggerate difficulties in all languages to discourage you and inflate their own egos. First, check out the video of the results of my first hour of studying. After this 1 hour, I got straight on Skype to Evelina, who I found on italki. Again, those italki teacher scammers. Again, those italki teachers that you pay money to make some fake videos with you. And I think some of the italki teachers, they don't want, because I think this guy, Days of French and Swedish, when he made this guy, Days of French and Swedish, when he makes some video in Swedish, I think there was some italki teachers who told him that he cannot speak Swedish. They refused him. Then he find another italki teacher who want to do the fake video with him. I think they ask many different people, and then they will find someone on italki who will accept to lie with them. Maybe they ask more than one person on italki, and then they will find someone who is willing to make a live fake video with them. A note from the Fluent in 3 Months team before we get started: you can chat away in a new language for at least 15 minutes with the Fluent in 3 Months method. All it takes is 90 days. Tap this link to find out more. Blah blah blah. Getting ready in the first hour. For that first hour, I spent a few minutes first focused on learning the phonetic pronunciation. Yeah, I'm very sure you just practice the pronunciation and make some fake shit videos. I spent a few minutes first focused on learning the phonetic pronunciation rules of Polish to help me read anything I would see in menus and signs aloud. They always practice the pronunciation so they can make some fake videos pretending to speak the language. They just practice the pronunciation to make some fake videos pretending that they can speak the language. And then they will say that it's important. How can the pronunciation be the most important if you're just only starting to learn? It is important, but it's not the most important if you're just new beginner. The pronunciation for them, for the polyglot YouTubers, are very important because they will make some fake videos pretending that they can speak the language. They will just make it sound correctly so people will think they can speak the language. This was an important priority for me because even if I understood nothing, I was reading, being able to say my address correctly to a taxi man or read something of a menu that I found a translation of would mean that people will understand me better. And you do same for your YouTube videos, that you pretend to speak the language. This was an important priority. This was an important priority for me because even if I understood nothing, I was reading. Even if I understood nothing, I was reading. Being able to say my address correctly to a taxi man or read something off a menu that I found a translation of would mean that people would understand me better. And the same with their YouTube videos. They will practice the pronunciation and then they will just read some text. And even if they don't understand anything in that language, then people will think that they can speak the language. This is exactly what they also do for their YouTube videos. If you read this one good, this is exactly what they do for the YouTube videos. They will practice the pronunciation, so when they read something in the language, when they make some fake videos reading and memorizing something from the language, then people will think that they can speak the language. I will read this one again. This was an important, like also the one in the top here. Wait, where is the pronunciation? Let me start from the beginning, this one. Concentrate on this one and put this one in your mind. Put this one in your mind. For that first hour, I spent a few minutes first focused on learning the phonetic pronunciation rules of Polish to help me read anything I would see in menus and signs aloud. This was an important priority for me because even if I understood nothing I was reading, being able to say my address correctly to a taxi man or read something off a menu that I found a translation of would mean that people would understand me better. Let's make this sentence a different way. And it will be about their YouTube channel and their YouTube videos. Let's read it in a different way and it will be about their YouTube channel and their videos. Instead of the first hour and first few minutes, then it will be the first many hours. For the first many hours and many days or many weeks, spending many hours and many weeks focusing on learning the phonetic pronunciation rules of Polish or any language. I changed what is there in this sentence. So it will be what their YouTube channel is about. I will make it so it will be what their YouTube channel is about and what their videos is about. For many hours and many days and many weeks, he will spend many hours and many days and many weeks focusing on learning the phonetic and pronunciation of the language to help him read anything he would see in the language, to help him to read anything in the language. And this is an important priority for him because even if you don't understand anything, but being able to read things correctly will make people believe in him and think that he understands and don't know more than he do. They practice the pronunciation in every language for many days, for many hours, or for many weeks. So when they say something or read something in the language, then people will think that they can speak the language. That's what the polyglot YouTubers do. They just practice the pronunciation and how to pronounce the words correctly. So when they read something or say something in their YouTube videos, then it sounds like they can speak the language, even they don't understand or know anything in the language. Because they make some fake shit videos, all of those fake polyglot YouTubers and this scammer community, language learning scammer community.
It also meant that during the live Skype call, I could use an online dictionary if I got stuck.
And not have to worry about pronouncing something incorrectly. I got through this very quickly for a very good reason. Esperanto helped me a lot. Look. It also meant that during the live Skype call, I could use an online dictionary if I got stuck and not have to worry. I'll read it again. It also meant that, because this annoying commercial, they keep getting up, this fucking shit commercial is so fucking annoying. His website is full of commercial. I think he make money also from this commercial. I think the son of a bitch also make money from all this fucking annoying commercial on their website. Is so fucking annoying, all this fuck shit commercial that keeps coming all the time. I think he make money from this fucking shit commercials. But let's read this one again. It also meant that during the live Skype call, I could use an online dictionary if I got stuck and not have to worry about pronouncing something incorrectly.
So you have some kind of dictionary, online dictionary, that will translate when he's speaking on Skype. So they have some specific programs that will translate the Skype video call, or translate, I don't know if it will translate when people are speaking also. That's what I was talking about also when I was if you see the live, this if you see this live stream I put on my YouTube channel, the live stream that I recorded from Richard Simcott, the live stream of Richard Simcott on my YouTube channel. I think maybe he have some programs, maybe he have paid money, maybe have paid some money for some programs, like some kind of dictionary or some translation programs, because Richard Simcott make a lot of money from this. I think Richard Simcott is one of the most famous polyglot YouTubers, and he is the one who have this polyglot gathering. I think Richard Simcott make a lot of money from this. So I think Richard Simcott, and maybe some of the other polyglot YouTubers also, but I think Richard Simcott, he make a lot of money from this. So I think he have some programs on his computer that will translate when people are speaking to him or when people write something to him. So I think when I ask Richard Simcott something in Danish, or when some people ask him something in different language, when they ask Richard Simcott something in different language on the live stream, I think he have something that translate the questions and translate, like he can also translate the answers like that. And also he have some people helping him, Richard Simcott, on the live stream. That's what I mean, like they have some kind of program, some dictionary, and they pay money for some dictionary and some translation programs. Like most people will just use Google Translate or some free, most people just use some free translation app from Google Play. Most normal people will just use some free translation app from Google Translate, like Google Translate or some free app. But those polyglot YouTubers, they will spend money on some expensive translation programs. So if they make some live stream, they can also get help from these translation programs. They have some translation programs. Even some translation programs can translate when people are speaking or something like that. They can translate, like, but on the live stream of Richard Simcott, people are not speaking to him, they're writing to him. But this translation program, they can translate when people write some questions to him. But there are also people who can send him some answers on the live stream, like not on the live stream, they will send him in some other app. But I already explained that in my other video, so I'll not talk so much about it. Let's just continue this one. It also meant that during the live Skype call, I could use an online dictionary if I got stuck, and not have to worry about pronouncing something incorrectly. He just do a lot of things like that, like a lot of cheating. And he will say here it's because he only practiced the language for 1 hour or something like that, or 2 hours like that. But they will also do the same. They will do the same because they don't really learn most of them, they don't learn any language. Most of these polyglot YouTubers, they don't learn any language. And if they learn some language, they just learn some beginner stuff, or few words and few sentences, some beginner stuff. But they will have some programs like this. They will have some translation programs and some programs that will translate for them, and they will practice pronunciation, and they will make some fake edited videos. I got through this very quickly for a very good reason. Esperanto helped me a lot. Esperanto helped you, and I'm very sure you cannot even speak Esperanto or anything. In Polish, for instance, you have the C sound representing tes, like in cats, and in Esperanto, and the C works the same as Esperanto's C, same for S in Polish, reminding me of S in Esperanto. Sh sound in English. Polish also has a question particle sesi, which looks and acts the same as Esperanto. Okay, so he just a lot of explaining about the language and bullshit. and because he make this explanation here in English, because he write this here in English, because he writes something here about Esperanto and about Polish, he write it in English, then he can speak Esperanto or Polish. All the polyglot YouTubers do like this. Also Lindy Boats and some other polyglot YouTubers, they like to write a lot about the language and also make YouTube videos speaking about other language. They will speak about other language, but they will speak in English. They will speak in English about other language and explain different things about the other language in English. That is not a proof that they can speak other language, because they make some explanation in English. And these things you can find it on Google. You can search on Google and Wikipedia, and you can find this kind of things about this TS sound or S sound or C sound. You can find those things on Google, and then he can just put it there after he find it on Google. It doesn't mean that he can speak the language. I can also find something about different sound and pronunciation about Chinese or Japanese. I can also go to Google or Wikipedia. I can go to Google and find something about Chinese language or Japanese language. Then I can just write something about it. I can just copy from Google or from Wikipedia something about Chinese or Japanese language, and then I can just put it there on some website, or I can make a video and say what I read from Google. Like if there's something on Google about how you pronounce different things in Chinese or how you pronounce something in Japanese, then I can make a YouTube video and say those things. Then I can make a video speaking in English and say there's some words in Chinese you pronounce it like this, some words in Japanese you pronounce it like this. Then I can speak the language. All of them, they're just some fake shit, all of these polyglot YouTubers. Okay, this is just some bullshit. Let's just watch the video. Let's just see the video. This is just some fucking bullshit. Let's just watch the video. Just some fucking bullshit. And what is this? After 1 hour, he think he can speak Polish or know something in Polish after 1 hour. Just some fake bullshit. And we don't know if he really only practiced for 1 hour, if he practiced for longer time, or if he did not practice at all and just make some fake video. They're just fake. All of these polyglot YouTubers just making some fake shit. And here people will write to him in Polish and think that he can speak in Polish or something like that. Lucky you found someone understanding to speak to. Whenever I have attempted to speak in Polish to a Polish person, I've been met with confusion or laughter. I should mention that I attempted to learn this about 4 or 5 years ago and not use it in about 3 years. So I hope what I said at the start made sense. That was painful to watch, but after only 1 hour of learning, the results are astonishing. I'm sure the results are good because it's some fake video. They will make the video look like he is doing good, but it's just some fake shit. I love how you were learning it from a book in German. I am so impressed with this. I'm a native Polish speaker, and I can honestly say that you did an amazing job. I would never be able to say so much after just 1 hour of practice. I'm Polish too, and I must say that it is impressive. In just an hour you managed to speak Polish really good. You can learn that language really fast. You're pretty talented man, really. That's enough. Okay. If you want to speak Polish perfectly, it's very difficult, but I taught a few of my friends this Polish, but without grammar perfection. It is true that they do not speak fluent, but they are able to say, I will be in the cinema yesterday. All their statements at this level, everything is understandable. That's enough, right? As for Benny, he may not have talent, but I believe that every polyglot has talent, because language talent is the ability to learn a language to be able to do so. So as a language talent, reading a dictionary in 2 days and suddenly level C1, 2, but as an ability to let go of the pleasure of watching TV in your native language. A year ago I started watching memes in Spanish, and today I understand perfectly well. It's easy, but I do something that teaches and entertains regards. Let's see who is this fuck shit, man. Okay, just some bullshit nonsense. Okay, let's just watch the video and see this fuck shit nonsense, man. Okay, just fix that. Obviously, there is only so much I could do with the subtitle, considering I only have 2 hours of Polish. In the next video for Goshka, I absolutely needed her to transcribe and translate her spoken parts, for instance, to be sure of what I was captioning, but I didn't ask Evelina for that in this video. Just bullshit. I've never learned Russian before. What helped me was extrapolation and context as discussed in the blog post. Bullshit. Being Polish, I must say, this is incredible. Oh, fucking shit. Let's take a watch on the video. English has cases me versus I, him, he versus him. Also German has. Okay, let's just try to take a look at this bullshit nonsense.
Nie mówię po polsku. Nie mówię po polsku.